when should I reach out to an entertainment lawyer, a music lawyer. And I often tell folks, reach out to them as soon as possible. Even if you don't have something on the go, it's always better to reach out to an entertainment lawyer, establish that relationship, and have them when you actually need them. Sometimes artists will get in touch with me, but it's at the 11th hour. It might be right before they're about to sign, or sometimes it's after they've signed something, which is not overly helpful. So, for example, I have a no consultation fee kind of policy. An artist, a client of any kind, can call me and we can have an hour chat, half-hour chat, whatever. I'd much rather artists do that, establish that relationship, and then when the time comes to do some paperwork, they've already got me, they've already got my contact, they know what I'm about, and I think it's much better for artists, songwriters, producers to contact entertainment lawyers much early on in the game. With respect to contracts in the music industry, lots of different terms to negotiate and think about. So maybe some key ones to consider. Number one, the term. It's not the sexiest thing in the world, but the term is hugely important to consider in a contract. That is to say, how long are you married to your music partner? Is it a few years? Is it a few months? Really important to understand how long you're tied to that music partner. The other thing to consider is delivery requirement, whether that's a publishing deal or a record deal. It's really important to know how much music you require to deliver to the other party. Is it new music? Is it existing music? Your back catalog? In the next 1 to 2 years, do you have to deliver 10 songs, 15 records, et cetera, et cetera. So really important to know what the delivery requirement is going to be. The other critical term is copyright. Is it a licensing deal where you're licensing copyright for a period of time, or is it an assignment of copyright where you're actually assigning your copyright potentially to your music partner in perpetuity? Really important to understand what's going on with your copyright, so watch out for terms related to anything to do with copyright. And of course, the money. If it's a publishing deal, if it's a record deal, is there an in-pocket advance? Is there a marketing advance? Is there a recording budget? Is there a tour deficit budget? There's a whole bunch of different sorts of advances that could be offered. So it's really important to know how much money the music partner is putting on the table. Money's not everything, but it is sometimes important for a music partner to show that they're putting skin in the game. And so again, lots of different ways these things can be negotiated, but those are a few tips to sort of remember, a few different music terms to understand and maybe think about when you're negotiating your next deal. The first tip when it comes to finding a lawyer in the music business is they should be an entertainment lawyer, and they should specifically have knowledge about the music industry with some experience within the music industry. For example, you don't want to take your record deal or publishing deal to an insurance litigator or some lawyer that only does property law. I think it's that's the first thing. Make sure that it's an entertainment lawyer, and make sure that they do work in music. The other thing to consider is the fees and costs associated with the legal advice. There's lots of entertainment lawyers in Canada, lots in the US. There's lots of choice out there, but different lawyers, depending on who they are and how long they've been in the business, will charge maybe different hourly rates, different flat rates, et cetera. So have a really open, transparent discussion with your potential lawyer about the fees, because you never want to work with an entertainment lawyer, have the lawyer do a file, and then send you a bill that's going to shock you. So always have those discussions up front. And the third thing the third tip, I suppose, with respect to finding an entertainment lawyer that works for you, is tell them a little bit about yourself. Tell them where you're going in the industry or where you want to go, and what maybe you're going to be working on for the next year, and make sure that entertainment lawyer has time for you and capacity to take on your work, because you don't want to hire an entertainment lawyer only to find out a few months in that they're so busy they're not going to be able to get back to you for 6 months. So have that open, honest, and transparent discussion with your potential entertainment lawyer.